You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I will bring peace to this universe, no matter the cost. Where there is evil in this universe, I will be there to balance it.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Grand scheme?
Yep.
Asgard has been invaded yet again.
I deeply admire
But as
your
always,
work. Few have gathered more souls than I.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is why they say to me.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Healing power.
My brother's unruly.
I feel better already.
Back to my old self.
You are not alone.
Miniature mechanical model.
Quantum magic.
Halfway there. Keep going.
Quantum magic.
I'm very hard.
Your time has passed.
I care nothing.
Quantum magic.
Feel renewed. They have been seen and they will not escape. Sayonara, Spider-Bots.
Quantum magic. Quantum magic.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
You are nothing!
Disappear!
Quantum magic. I require some aid. Born again!
I suppose a shield could help.
This body is
I have
fragile.
risen. Healing power.
Watch out, they're headed our way.
Flawless. The cosmos heals you. Ah, that's better. My cosmic might returns.
I am Phoenix!
You get a web, and you get a web, and you get a web.
Beholds the god of thunder!
Stay down.
I care nothing for the tree, but I would thwart no.
This time I need healing. The cosmos heals you.
I am barely harmed.
Vehicle reached the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Here's where the spider nest.
am at your service. Healing power.
Be on the lookout.
Cosmic might return.
Born again!
The cosmos heals you.
Disappear!
Second chance is over.
Leave them to Khonshu!
The black is down. Another soul to join my legions.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Needed that, thanks. The cosmos heals you. Some assistance, please.
Sounds some sort of spider nest. Gross.
Healing power. I am at your service.
Thanks for the boost.
Brian Vander.
You may
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
I'm
Vehicle reached the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
healing power. Your time has passed.
It's spider time!
Some assistance, please.
You want nothing!
Quantum Max.
I am Phoenix!
World Tree, here we come.
Pure cosmic energy.
An opportunity.
I feel better already.
Double KO!
The cosmos heals you.
Healing. Why would I need healing?
That's it! Don't let anything stand in your way.
Get up. I'm not done.
Healing power.
my strength is in
Oh, the black
Get to that
kiss.
tree. Born again!
Quantum Max.
Needed that, thanks.
I feel better already. Second chance is over.
Leave them to
Healing power.
Opportunity.
I am ready to put on a show! Another epic victory! Big win! You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Be wary. No timeline exists where Magneto yields.
I will bring peace to this universe, no matter the cost. Yep.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I remember the scientists who made you, Adam. They were not good people.
Is it not our role as men to rise above our fathers?
I suppose that's something I've been fighting to do every day of my life. It's not easy.
What good thing ever is?
My turn now!
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Got me good.
The cosmos heals you. The cosmos heals you.
Strong again.
Feel my power. The cosmos heals you. My cosmic might returns. Quantum magic.
The time entanglement is a vexing problem, even for the Sorcerer Supreme. Pentagram of Barrage! Out, darkness!
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
All things of the past, thanks to the brilliant minds at Star Fujikawa, where the world
Better stop that vehicle!
Charles dreamed of a safe haven for all mutants. At last, I have made it a reality.
You are nothing!
Ah, here they are now.
Gambit got me back.
Full potential.
Infiltrated halfway! Stop them!
Insignificant gnats. Some sort of turret. All that bravado for nothing, Castle.
Blaze of glory.
You stop them in their tracks!
Exactly as I expected.
Double KO!
Heads up, back guys. Gambit never falls!
Take everything!
You shall not be harmed. Magneto! Insignificant gnats.
Chance to stop them!
Judge, jury, executioner!
Just who Gambit was looking for.
Double KO!
I feel like myself again.
Can't catch me.
You stop them in their tracks!
Humans, always the oppressors, no matter in their
Render me assistance.
is a mutant's greatest
Better
gift.
stop that vehicle!
You need not fear.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Mutants always rise again.
Better stop that vehicle!
I feel like myself
Oh, I'm
again.
fine. Don't mind me.
Your attacks are futile. Taking charge. Incoming.
Hell unleashed!
Fear Magneto! You need not fear.
You have my gratitude.
And down! I feel like myself.
Now or never! Stop them! Better stop that vehicle!
Render me assistance.
I do this my way.
You stopped them in their tracks!
Judge, jury, executioner! I shall not be removed so easily. You need not fear.
Who gave me this awesome shield? You are nothing!
Myself again.
Just the boost I need.
Mutants always rise again.
Better stop that vehicle! Don't give them another inch! Or else.
It seems we have company. You shall not be harmed.
About time I got a shield.
Ah, much better. You cannot hurt me. Stand down!
You stopped them in their tracks!
Magneto showing the kids how it's done.
suppose they must have.
That's what you get for playing a bad
forgotten the
MMO.
heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the calamity? No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected.
Oh, on Reddit, he posts on r/.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Mass riots over in Minneapolis and how they're spreading everywhere. Homeland Security says during the riots, one individual was apprehended for obstructing law enforcement personnel and utilizing caltrops. Never even heard of that. To deflate tires of law enforcement vehicles. So upon apprehension, they're found in possession of a bag containing several similar devices. So these are caltrops, I guess. The subject was arrested. That's not only dangerous for like ICE vehicles, but that's like dangerous for me and you driving around, being on a bicycle. Even tripping and falling on this thing is actually going to hurt you a lot. And then incidentally, I guess MSNBC or MS Now showed them on the ground and they panned away without comments. Violent scene after a fatal shooting by federal agent. They keep on framing it, showing they're little like they're insurgents. Like, yeah, Work Today says this really is war. Somebody, the new phrasing I keep on seeing on Twitter right now. Thanks, William Pearl, for the regular subscription. Thank you. Is the right treats this as a sports game. Like, we need to win back the hearts and minds and make sure America's safe. The left is treating this as a holy war. They want us to be ended. Like, this is not just ICE agents. This is just anybody that's living there possibly getting ended because psychopaths are like, I don't like the fact that you can't bite the finger off an ICE agent. Do you even know about that?
No. Someone. What was it?
There's a border patrol, Customs and Border Patrol agent was fighting two people that they bite the finger off him. I showed it on the last stream. I had to blur it out, but they literally get the finger off. He's gonna lose it forever, and they have a little canister. And I think one of the Democrats was like, "You can't talk about that. That's gonna escalate. You know, the violence." Is like, no, you need to tell them what they're doing. They're encouraging all this activity, and they're literally turning them into rabid cannibals because they don't like the idea that people that are kids, people that traffic kids for slavery, all these things I can't even say on Twitch and YouTube, they're actually doing them. ICE wants to deport them, and they say, how dare they not allow these people to live in our community? We should start eating ICE agents. And I say that as like it's a joke, haha, but it happened. Like,
I don't know what although they're trying to get a point across, right? The point is like, hey, stop deporting all these people, but these people are not yet legally, first of all.
Yeah.
And you're attacking law enforcement, you know, people that are trying to keep you safe. You're attacking people that are trying to keep you safe from other immigrants that are trying to, you know, attack you as well. So it's kind of like it's a ridiculous idea behind it, but they can't just see past that, and there's so much anger built into them. It's just the ICE is the enemy at this point.
Well, and it's sad because they come here to this country, not the white liberals, but the people come here to this country because law enforcement is corrupt. They're ineffective. They have working hours. You told me about Nigeria. Like after a certain hour, police they stop working.
Oh yeah.
So it's like immigrants come here because they want law and order. They want protection from criminals because not all of them are criminals. But for some reason, the left can't see the difference between law-abiding decoy, law-abiding Nigerian king. They don't know the difference between us and the criminals. And I'm not going to sit here and say there aren't any criminal Koreans here that need to be deported. There's probably a lot of them. But the idea is they want to lump us up together because they can't tell the difference because of their own racism. But the idea of they think defending the worst of us makes the best of us safer. And it's sad because they think they're doing the right thing. Deep down, they think they're doing the right thing because their emotions have been weaponized against us, essentially. Because what a lot of people don't forget is most crime is intraracial, which means Asians likely victimize Asians, blacks likely victimize blacks. They usually harm their own communities. Now, obviously, there are certain communities that have been more prone or more statistically likely to harm other communities. But the thing is, though, is you're predominantly when you say, I don't want to put a black criminal in prison, you're predominantly making more black victims. They know that. It's a statistic fact, but they can't see beyond their own white savior complex of, I'm gonna protect all of the minorities because I'm a racist and I can't tell them apart. Good luck, other minorities that are gonna be living in those communities with those guys. I freed them. I live in my gated community. I'm perfectly safe. Thank you, G-Fu, for the subscription. But you know what? Good luck, guys. I just needed to coddle my ego because you know what? Saving the environment got boring to me. Saving the whales got boring to me. Saving Ukraine got boring to me. Now it's your turn to feel my wrath. That's essentially what happened.
There's always something they always get mad about. And yes, this is the next thing.
Yeah, ego. It's what it is. I can't be wrong. I have to be right. I think we've met many people. Like one in our office hierarchy one time. The person, their name started with an L. Just so you know, I'm not going to try to dox her. You're very, very nice. Good boss, very nice woman, but I remember her essentially looking down at the idea of conservatism. Like, oh, thank you, Augsburg, for the prime sub, Agris. But she was saying when Gavin Newsom got recalled and they wanted to put in Larry Elder, the black conservative radio host, she was like, no. He's worse than Trump. Had all these things to say about Larry Elder, and I was like, do you even know anything about him? He's like, no, I just heard he's worse than Trump. And then later on, living in one of the nicest places in LA, like a very expensive home, it was like, Decoy, I'm afraid to walk my dog at night. How did it get this bad? I'm like, I wonder why you guys thought voting for the same party for several decades and saying law enforcement is bad, even though our job was in the capacity of that. Voting against law enforcement was going to solve your issues, and now you're crying saying, I spent over $1 million on my home, I don't feel safe walking my own dog, now I have to move to another area, probably going to move to like Orange County or Calabasas, and then vote the same exact way she's running away from. Very sad. So don't forget there's lots of mentally ill people out there. It's very difficult to understand crazy, but in LA it was mainly, yeah, mentally ill, but it was mainly drug-addled, mentally ill. Violent criminals that just kept on getting recycled in our community. It's like, unless you guys are willing to take the mentally ill drug users out of your society and watch them get arrested, because when they get arrested, they're gonna flail, they're gonna scream like, oh, let me go, oh my god, I'm dying. They're gonna say all the things in the world, they're gonna cry, they're gonna scream. You have to be able to look that in the eye and say, sad to say, this is your medicine. You have not been a positive contribution to society. You are very dangerous to our most vulnerable. Like me and you, sad to say, we're not like huge jack 6'8" mega athletes, but we're people that most of the time homeless people aren't going to try to attack us. We're not easy prey. But if you have a 5-foot tall Asian girl going to UCLA, they're going to target them 9 times out of 10. Those are the most vulnerable. You cannot put that insane drug user next to her on the bus. You need to keep our vulnerable safe, or even the old Asian grandmother, or the old African grandmother, whatever it may be. Keeping them safe is not pretty. You gotta throw those dangerous drug users in jail, but some people don't have the stomach for it. Like the old boss. Oh, he can't, it's so bad. Oh, it's bad. Just let him free. He's not hurting anybody. Yes.
Like, people want to have civilized community, but they're doing it in uncivilized way. Like, you know these people are not the best. You know they're terrible. You know you wouldn't want to be next to them or share a room with them. But at the same time, you're trying to defend them and fight for them. Make that make sense?
It doesn't, because they're led by emotions. Thank you, Chris, for the prime sub. But yeah, this is how we kind of got sidetracked. But it's crazy how, again, in St. Paul, Minnesota, this is the place where the Don Lemon and that group of activists, the BLM activists, marching in the church, shouting at everybody and screaming and yelling at them. St. Paul, Minnesota. A guy fled in a vehicle, struck multiple officers, and again, the agents were firing at them. I think I can play this video. Yeah.
When was this?
This was today. So yeah, it's getting worse. So beyond the whole putting down nails and endangering the entire community because you gotta protect our Somalian fraudsters, you see this, it's getting worse. And will the left pump the brakes on this? No. They're seeing all this crazy stuff going down, all this violence, and here you have disgraced Governor Tim Walz saying, you know what? I'm proud. I'm proud of our city. All this destruction. He's proud of
If
that.
it was the intention of Donald Trump to make an example of Minnesota, then I'm damn proud of the example that the world's seeing. We believe in law and order in this state.
We believe in law and order, letting tens of billions of dollars of fraud occurring. ICE agents getting their fingers bitten off by cannibal-style activists. I'm proud of that.
I think him saying I'm proud of that is just a way to please certain people.
I think he's trying to get more people to do it. Like, you know, when Renee Good lost her life fighting ICE, he went out there and said, we need to go out there and have more good trouble. And I was like, I think that's, I hate even saying dog whistle because it gets overused, but I feel like that's a dog whistle of saying good trouble is what Renee Good did. I need more martyrs for my cause, because every single time ICE has to end somebody defending themselves, he has more fuel to say Trump is a fascist. It's like, I need more human sacrifice. I'm proud of this S-file I created. In Wars is a lying criminal. I believe it. Yeah. What the fuck is good trouble? Good trouble is when, like, I feel like he saw Renee Good lose her life and he was like, good job. That's what I want. William Perry says, my family waited 7 years to go through the legal process. How long did it take you, even though you had a sponsor, to become a citizen?
Well, the process was like 2 years. I had to be, I can't even travel. I had to stay at home or I was back in Nigeria for a period of 2 years or 3 years, just filing and sending paperwork and filing and sending paperwork to get here. Then I get here, I have to wait another 4 or 5 years before I become a citizen. So a law-abiding citizen, right? I can't just come over here and start chaos and all of a sudden I'm a citizen, right? My record has to be straight, no criminal records, I have to be civilized, you know, for me to get my citizenship.
I had to be working and a student, and it's like, at no point in time would I go to Japan and say, I'm going to start protesting against Japan. It's like, no, you get here because you want to be here, and you want to adhere to these values, not, man, Nigeria had some issues. Wouldn't it be crazy if we made it here like Nigeria? Why would you even go through the trouble of doing that? But that's what they think.
Peace. And we believe that Donald Trump needs to pull these 3,000 untrained agents out of Minnesota before...
Untrained agents. And here's the thing. He has this duplicity of, first, early on, he tries to have the stolen valor. Oh, I carried weapons of war into war when he was when he was in the National Guard. I guess he ducked out of the deployment, so he doesn't respect them. He later on said, the National Guard is nothing but 19-year-old chefs or cooks or something. He like denigrated them then. Then all of a sudden they come in here and he's like, well, I'm going to activate the National Guard because we protect our own like they're big and bad. And now he's trying to say, the National Guard's now good. It's the ICE agents that are untrained. It's like, no, I'm pretty certain they're all well trained. A lot of these ICE agents that have opened fire on these protesters or activists or idiots that decide to attack law enforcement, they've been with ICE for like 4 years. This is nothing new to them. They know what they're doing. It's just they've never seen this level of open aggression towards federal agents because it wasn't their talking point before.
It's like he's trying to like dumb down the ICE agents, trying to dumb it down and make them seem like they have no idea of what they're doing. They have no authority in the sense, because you're saying 19-year-old, like what kind of authority does a 19-year-old have? That's what he's trying to say. He's trying to dumb it down.
And the sad part is when he's saying like, oh, he's gonna denigrate the National Guardsmen. Trump at some point in time will likely federalize them. So first he's saying we use our National Guard, they protect us. We'll show some videos of him misusing the National Guard. But as soon as Trump is in charge of him, then he's gonna go back to slamming them. It's sad. It's sad.
They kill another person, and we're up here telling another story of a Minnesotan just trying to live their life without...
Just trying to live their life. Because remember, he said, the guy, you know, in Minnesota...
The intelligence award of the week goes to a Somali lady that says being Somali isn't like bananas and rice. It's like bananas and rice.
To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American. But it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice.
Well, she definitely proved they have an average IQ of 68. Welcome back to the JP Rex channel, my freedom loving friend. This is where we help spread the light of truth and freedom because truth conquers. Here's some truth for you. They're not all Somalis, but a lot of Somalians in Minnesota have been committing fraud. So making fun of Somalis ain't cool. Making fun of fraudsters is absolutely cool. Okay? We're doing it. That's what we're doing here today. You can't make fun of them. They're good people. They're literally criminals. Which we can make fun of criminals. They stole our money. We're gonna make fun of them. And we're actually just pointing out true things. And then belittling those true things. That's what we're doing here. Anyway, this Somali lady who manages to not have a Somali accent, shout out to her, it just set the internet on fire. People are celebrating this. I think this is creating the long-standing unity we've needed here in America. We're rejoicing, people commenting, oh, she's gone super viral. She probably has no idea what the hell's going on. But, you know, we'll watch her full clip. She didn't talk for 15 minutes. We ain't watching that much. We'll watch a little bit more of this. I wouldn't do that to you. But she says, yeah, being Somali, it's not all eating bananas and rice. It's kind of like bananas and rice. It took her a while to say that because she's not very smart. I'll show you proof of that in a second. But let's just look at a little bit of the celebration going on around the internet, praising this lady for exactly what she is, which is stupid. Technically retarded. I'll prove that to you in a second. Tim Young says this is what you get from a culture that inbreeds with an average IQ of 68. Bananas and rice. Comment down here, family relations. Could be someone throwing in an article here. 48.7% inbred rate. So if people get all kerfuffled about what they're actually pretty stupid. 68 IQ, you know, that's pretty stupid. Well, it's 68 because they're inbred. All right, well that's much worse. And Wokeness says Quality Clearing Center valedictorian. They actually spelled that wrong on purpose. Valedictorian? I don't even know. I think that's spelled wrong. That actually might be the right way. Whose IQ is 68? Raise your hand. Probably mine. Comment down here. Bananas and rice or rice and bananas. You gotta love it. By the way, yeah, shout out to that Asian guy with the biggest neck and a very loose collar around his neck. How that happens, I don't know, but Asians typically have a much higher IQ. Again, I'll prove this to you. This isn't stereotyping, this is just reality typing. I am not just a quality leering president, I am also a client. The more you leer, it's just good fun. And of course, why are we talking about this? We're not going to hash out the fraud statistics in Minnesota. That's not what this video is about, though. It's shocking. Yeah, news next report. Ilhan Omar, Somali congresswoman. Her net worth increased from $65,000 to $30 million over 3 years. That's amazing. I'm sure that has nothing to do with the fraud. Okay, let's just assume Congress people, some of the cleanest folks on earth, would also not be involved in fraud. What are the odds? And of course, you've got the Minnesota people, Tim Walz, Ilhan Omar, Somali fraud. Look over there, it's ICE, they're doing bad things. Oh, look at those ICE trying to enforce the law. That's terrible of them. Put it in briefcases, okay? Which, by the way, someone pointed out, it was Andy Frisella. President Trump actually retweeted an Andy Frisella clip. I love Andy Frisella. Did a reaction video to one of his clips a couple weeks ago. But Andy Frisella pointed out, these Somali people, do you think this, record-setting amount of fraud, theft of money, was their idea? With an average IQ of 68, he pointed it out. So, no, that wasn't their idea. Then, of course, it got to make sense. You have the Tim Walz's covering it up. No, fraud. Proven. Well, he's a white supremacist and they're ICE. So why are we talking about the 19 billion stolen? You almost think that there's some culprits. 68 IQ people. Their idea to do the fraud, and then their idea to give some of that money to Democrats. Got it. Yeah, maybe not their idea, but maybe they're used as little slaves in the theft game and power rigging game of smarter, more evil people. I don't know. Now, before we get to the clip of this very learned or leered lady, is it a bit of an exaggeration? You hear this all the time. The average IQ in Somalia is 68. That actually is a bit of an exaggeration because it's not that high. It's, as you can see here, 67.67. That's the average IQ. It's not 68. People are exaggerating. You shouldn't exaggerate with such a critical matter. It is 67.67. This is going to explain exactly what you see in this clip. It explains everything. You say, well, they're not dumb, they're just inbred. That makes their IQs lower. Well, that's worse. Inbred is worse than being stupid. 48% are inbred, statistically speaking. So 67.67 is their average IQ. You click over to psychologydiscussion.net and you learn, okay, any IQ 55 to 69, so anything below 70 to 55, that's mild mental retardation, not severe. For severe, you got to get a lower IQ, more stuff going on. You got to be below 55. Literally, technically, mildly retarded people. I know the lady in this clip, she comes across severely retarded. She must not have been having a good day because she's only mildly retarded. Now we're going to watch this 2-minute clip, and of course the most important part. She takes 2 minutes to say absolutely nothing with Kamala Harris. 67.67. It all adds up. But her whole premise is just brilliant. To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. Add in some filler words. It's kind of like the bananas and rice, you know? She's so stupid. She's going to be rambling about she survived ICE. That's probably why she has the Band-Aid on her forehead. I would say there's a 99.9% chance that's not an actual wound on her head, but it is a Band-Aid meant to create sympathy. I survived ICE. Cool. Now I'm going to prove to you that my IQ is no higher than 68. That would be an exaggeration. It's 67.67. By more. We'll get back to the video in a second, but first, Europe banned this in 2022. Not because it's dangerous, but because it worked too well. Meanwhile, Big Pharma is racing to try to turn it into a $3,000 drug while the affordable supplement version pushed off the market. This is NMN. And a Harvard clinical trial showed that 1,000 milligrams of NMN daily doubles NAD levels while also improving markers of metabolic aging. Here's Professor David Sinclair from Harvard explaining it.
Of the people that I know that look freakishly and unusually young for their age, that I have met in, say, the last 36 months, I cannot get over how many of them have told me that I'm on NAD and I'm on metformin. And I'm talking about everywhere from a gym to a golf course to a business meeting. And I'm talking about visually, shockingly looking young people. Mainly people in their 50s that look like they could be in their 30s or early 40s to me. So when you say NAD, do you believe in the IV therapy? Do you believe in the stuff you can inject with subcutaneously? Or are you speaking specifically about this precursor that you were referencing?
Well, what I believe doesn't so much matter, but the scientific evidence points to taking a supplement every day, a gram of NMN, which is this precursor, stands for nicotinamide mononucleotide for the aficionados. Just swallowing one of those, or 1,000 milligrams, is enough to double your NAD.
Top biohackers and tech billionaires already take this. 1 capsule a day and your cells function younger. This is Black Forest NMN. Made in the USA and GMP certified, and you might want to stock up on it before Big Pharma gets it locked down. And Black Forest just launched their amazing New Year, New Me biggest deal of the year. 40% off their best-selling NMN for 48 hours only. This deal ends in 48 hours, and when it's over, it's gone for good. To take advantage of this 48-hour only deal and stock up on NMN, hit the link in the description below or go to blackforestsupplements.com.
12 months ago, Joe Biden handed us a mess. We inherited the legacy of record high inflation, the highest inflation in the history of our country. They say the fake news, ooh, that's a lot of fake news. No, the fake news said it's 48 years. I remember recently I said the highest inflation, the worst.
Unless,
I said,
yeah, unless.
this, by the way. worst in the history of our country. They said
Surely
it
he would
wasn't
never
the worst.
do
It was
that.
48 years. They
That would
said
never
that's
happen.
okay too. Somehow that sounds even worse than when you say the history, right? 48 years. I accepted that, but I think it was in the history. A mass invasion of our border in our country was being laughed at all over the world. We were being laughed at. We were a joke. Yeah, but not a joke anymore.
Nobody's laughing now.
You should give these humans good reason to hate and fear
We're not
us.
a joke. We're not being laughed at anymore. But today, just after 1 year of President Trump, our economy is booming, incomes are rising, investment is soaring, inflation has been defeated, our border is closed, totally closed.
Man. It's about time.
And America is respected all over the world like they've never been respected. 1 year, I thought it would take us 2 years. I guess I'm following in the great path of John Deere. We got the chairman of John Deere here. Chairman and CEO, that's pretty good.
Battle starts in 5, 4, 3.
I even signed a John Deere hat for him. He said, I'm going to put this in the museum.
Yeah, I would assume so. No inflation? Yeah, inflation's been deleted. There's no more.
You're opening up 2 massive plants.
It's gone.
You're opening up one in North Carolina, one someplace else. And you're expanding all over the place. You're doing a great job.
Tell his voice when he goes off script. He sounds excited. Yeah, he does.
It's an honor to have you. Thank you very much.
Don't work from laughing at the
This has been the most dramatic one-year turnaround of any country in history in terms of the speed. I really thought it would take us 2 or 3 years to do what we're doing. You know, we're the greatest, the #1 country anywhere in history in the world, anywhere in history for investment coming into the country.
That's pretty good.
It's amazing, and it's because of tariffs, and it's also because of the fact that we had such a tremendous November 5th, that November 5th brought spirit back to our country, came back. You know, one thing I think which is it's so important is, if you remember a year and a half ago, we couldn't get people to enlist in the military, any of them, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, any of them, the Coast Guard, Space Force, I love Space Force, right? We couldn't get them, and even police departments.
Those are the lasers.
Anybody with a uniform who represented the country, you couldn't get them. And today, we have the single greatest recruitment numbers in the history of our military. The police forces are loaded. Law enforcement is loaded up. And everybody wants to be a policeman, a fireman. They want to be in the military, any branch. I mean,
What do you guys think?
They couldn't get them. A year and a half ago, nobody wanted to be in the military. Now everybody wants to be in the military. It's an amazing thing that's happened, an amazing turnaround.
Yeah.
And all because we have a president who does something very simple, puts America first, right?
Put a sticker on the Russia hat. Where's the Russia hat?
Thank you. So under my leadership, economic growth is exploding to numbers unheard of. They've never had them before in recent times, and now, and we're just getting started. You know, the great, big, beautiful bill, which is no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for our seniors. Do we have any seniors in here? Do we have any seniors in here?
Old folks here? I wonder. I think there's
one of the victors said he did that because he doesn't want to pay tax on his Social Security. That's what I never thought of. These are sick people. Look, despite the fact that we've just really started, just kicking in because we're in such a horrible situation with all the high prices and the inflation and everything else. And by the way, the open borders, we have millions. Well, everything you see today happened. They opened the borders, but we had a 5.4%. And since the election, the stock market is at 52 all-time highs, adding $9 trillion in value to your savings, retirement account, and 401ks.
Yep.
So,
not important.
401k people, I mean, of which you got a lot of people. Does anybody have a 401k in the audience?
Nope.
a lot of
I ain't got
people.
shit.
So you're setting records, right? The highest.
I ain't got shit.
They say this, you know, the good stock market. They say, well, this stock market, you know, they can't get. They just try so much. This stock market doesn't affect the middle class. I say it does. What about the God of thunder? What about the fact that they're making more salary than they've ever made? But the stock market's the highest. How is John Deere stock doing? Great, all-time high. Everyone, I don't have to even ask the question. I mean, I made a lot of people rich. Me, I just keep working.
John Deere stock.
I made a lot of people rich. I made a lot of people rich that I don't even like. I got a lot of people that I don't like at all, and I've doubled their net worth. But after 4 years in which Biden got less than $1 trillion in new investment, think of it. He took in substantially less in 4 years than $1 trillion.
All-time high? That's a high
We
one,
secured
yeah.
commitments for a record-breaking plus 18 trillion. So in 1 year, we did over 18 trillion, and he did less than 1 trillion.
We're gonna pay off the debt with that, right?
You need to stop that
The
vehicle.
$38 trillion.
Just over 1 year ago,
Okay,
under
never
Sleepy
mind.
Joe Biden, and the
Never mind.
lunatics, we were a dead country. We were a dead country. I tell you, 1 year ago, a little more than 1 year ago, we were a dead country. The King of Saudi Arabia told me that. You've heard me say it. He said it better than anybody. He said, you know, I can't believe it. A couple of months ago, a few months ago.
Not to mention the
He said, a year
descriptions
ago,
on the
you were a
tractors.
dead
Is that
country.
right?
Now you're the hottest country anywhere in the world. He said, I can't believe it. And today I'm pleased to announce one more historic investment, the great American company that we just talked about is doing so much. I have to give it really. I buy so much equipment from so many of the people. You know, we have a lot of very successful companies.
What's happening here?
But I know it's a very special deal because John Deere is doing $70 million in factory in North Carolina. It's brand new, the best in the world, and I think it's going to pay off very, very big. And if it doesn't, I have nothing to do with it. But if it does, I'm going to take full credit. But what it is an excavator factory, as I understand it, and it's going to be the only excavator factory
like that.
In other words, excavators. We all know I love those excavators. Believe it or not, I know a lot about them. We don't make them here. This is going to be the only excavator entirely made in the United States of America. I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Wow.
Great, and they'll all come. I hate to tell you.
That's crazy.
You can have some competition, but you'll be ahead of them.
Okay.
If congressional Democrats had their way this year, would right now be facing the largest tax hike. So they wanted to give you, this is what I was running against, the largest tax hike in the history of our country. I wanted to give you the largest tax cut in the history of our country.
Well, that's a pretty easy decision, right, guys? Well, shit.
And if they won, this country would be cratering right now.
Cratering?
So I've cut a record number of job-killing regulations, a reasonable job regulations.
How does he know that word?
I've cut hundreds of thousands of federal jobs. Now, if I didn't do that, our numbers would be even more through the roof. Or I could get them. You know what they do? In order to have decent numbers, they hire 1 million people. You hire 1 million people, all of a sudden you're down to 3.5%. We don't do that. We get rid of that job. We have 10 jobs for every. You have 10 people for every job, and they are all now. They hate it. Now they all got jobs in the private sector, making twice as much money as they made from the federal government. Sometimes much more.
Maybe they might have to work now.
So a year ago they hated me, and now they love me.
Wow, that's gonna be.
But it includes dozens of burdensome regulations that were crushing our amazing farmers. We love our farmers. We won this. I think I'm at 97% of the farmers.
That's a lot of
Who the hell is voting for Kamala?
He's still talking about
You know,
this.
it was a crazy.
It's been over a year.
Doing great against Biden.
Oh my guys.
She was the border czar. We had millions of people.
Holy shit.
Like that, but I will tell you the amazing. We didn't know much about her, and you know when you're running,
Guys,
you're focused on the person.
every chance he
Running
gets.
against Sleepy Joe Biden, crooked. I call him Crooked Joe, Sleepy Joe. They're both accurate, and we're running against him. All of us, and he's way down in the polls, down by a lot. And all of a sudden, they take him out and they put in
If
this.
it works,
This is
yeah,
like
it
I told
works.
Dana White the other night. It's like taking a fighter, putting him in. He's getting the hell beat out of him. You take him out and you put a new fighter in. I said that's not fair, but that's what happened to me. The stuff that happened to me can only happen to me. But I repealed the Biden's EPA ridiculous water restrictions to
she's
keep
running
federal
again?
bureaucrats off your land and out of your business. That was a big one.
You know what's gonna happen if Kamala Harris
That
runs
was
again?
a big one.
I'm gonna get so many YouTube videos.
I terminated the so-called diesel exhaust fluid requirement. You know what that is?
No, I don't know what that is.
Saving family farmers more than $1 billion a year. And
That's
we're
a
going
lot
to
of
do a
money.
lot more. We're going to do something on tractors. You know, they never took we did it with cars. We took all that nonsense off the cars. You couldn't
You'll
start
need
your
a
car.
top-notch team to
You'd have to
win
go
this
to
one.
MIT to get somebody to fix your car.
What?
With all the crap they had on it, in order to save a quarter of it lasted this much little tiny bit of
Be
gas.
wary.
These people
no
are crazy.
timeline exists where Magneto yields.
And I'm going to do that, I think, for tractors, too, because we're going to get the tractors back where...
I mean, making things where they can be repaired easily is a huge
Where
thing.
you don't have to be a PhD in order to start your tractor.
No, he's right
In
about
order to
this.
Keep the environment
That's what
clean.
Apple does.
So
It's
much
fucking
nonsense.
annoying.
I think it makes the environment dirty, actually. And they, very importantly, on day one, I kept my
extremely
promise to the people of Iowa and abolished the insane electric vehicle mandate,
seconds
which
before
would
you
have
attack.
obligated
Get ready.
you to go out and buy an electric car, but it would have obliterated a thing called ethanol. Do you like
Electric
ethanol?
cars are gay.
Is it big?
Super gay. Big gay.
A lot of people are asking me about ethanol. I don't know. Do you want me to do something with ethanol? Maybe.
Huge
After
gay.
years
Battle starts in
of the
5,
United States
4,
getting ripped off by
3,
other countries on
2,
trade, I'm
1.
standing up for the
You have to
workers and
stop
the
it.
farmers of
You're
our
in the
country like
mistake.
no other president has ever. No other president.
You still do, yeah.
I mean, no other president.
Mechanicus is huge.
The nation's presidency. I probably have this little piece of ear back, you know? I wouldn't have to listen to lunatics like this up there. I wouldn't have to listen, and then
Poe's mad. You hear her?
Boy, they're good here. Do we love our law enforcement? They work very quickly. But under Sleepy Joe, we had the largest trade deficit in world history. But in 1 year, I've slashed our gaping trade deficit by a staggering 77%.
Exactly as I expected.
How about that?
That's a lot of money.
What about that? That's pretty good.
It's an ass load of money.
Nobody's ever seen
How'd
that.
you get that security?
You know, if you slash your trade deficit by 1%, you're like
Don't
a
mind
genius.
me or anything.
They say, oh, he's very electable. He's not so electable. I did 77. I did something else. Favored nations on drugs. We now are paying the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. In other words, matching favored nations. It's called most favored nations. Every other president tried for it. They didn't try very hard. They didn't get anything. I got it done. I got all the nations to agree. You think that was easy?
No.
I said, if you don't agree, we're going to put tariffs on you. They said, we agree. We agree. So you'll have a bill that costs $10, as an example, costs $10 in London, costs $130 in Des Moines.
Sounds like
And now it's
bullshit
going to
to
cost
me.
$20. Think of it. You'll go from $130 down to... It's the biggest price reduction of prescription drugs in history.
Wow.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
But have a huge impact on your And you know the fake news, I can't get them to talk about it. Think of it. I got the biggest price reduction in history on drugs, pharmaceuticals. I can't get these guys to talk about it. It was page like 22 in the New York Times, a little story. I just got the biggest. I can't believe it. If a Democrat got a half a point down, this is like hundreds of, depending on the way you want to calculate it, you could say it's an 80% reduction,
Skill
or
issue,
you could
don't
say
get
it's a
sick.
1,000%
You think that's
reduction.
it?
You could say whatever you want, but
The guy on the left
It's
is
the
so
biggest
happy.
reduction
Yeah, look at him. Look at his
in
face.
history by many, many times. I did something because we were subsidizing the entire world. We were paying 10 times, in many
He's nodding
cases,
along.
more money than the rest of the world. And I said it wasn't fair. And I got it done. And everyone said, they said, you'll never get other countries to agree.
Uncle's happy.
I
Yeah,
said,
he
yes,
is.
I will. They said, you'll never get the other countries to agree. I got the drug companies. That was not easy, but no, it's not so bad. But they even told me, we'll agree to it, but you'll never get the other countries. I said, 100% they will. Why wouldn't I get them? And I called Macron of France. I said, you got to double the
Please do
price
the
of
accent.
your drugs.
Please do the
He said,
accent.
no, I don't. What was the story with his glasses the other day? What the hell was that all about? But anyway, but I got them all. I don't want to go into a lawsuit. Bottom line, I said I'm going to increase tariffs by 25. I'm going to charge you 25% tariff if you don't do it. They said, we will do it. We would be. Why don't you ask?
How about
We'd
that?
love to do it.
Pre-watch.
So I got something done that no other president could have gotten done, and no
His
other
wife
president.
has it, yeah.
I don't
Is
even
that
think
true?
they tried. You want to know the truth? You think Biden was thinking about it? He just was thinking about how the hell to get off the stage.
Stab the phone. Look, watch.
Remember, the guy could never find it. You have so many ways you can jump off the front of the building. You got stairs all over the place. The guy could never find his way off the stage. This was not a good sign.
Oh, it's another.
But it made new fair trade deals with countries covering half of all U.S. trade.
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
Another one.
You do know they're paid agitators. They're paid. They get paid. You know, do you ever see their signs? You know, we used to have protests and you'd have guys making a sign in a basement.
Yeah,
These are all paid agitators. That's all they are. They get paid to go and they don't even know what, when they interview them, why are you here? I don't know. They have no idea. They're paid insurrectionists, really, in some cases. They're sickos. But I've made new fair trade deals with countries covering half of all U.S. trade, scoring giant wins for the farmers, ranchers, and agricultural producers.
with the amazing Spider-Man!
That's why I got such
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
I feel like there's at least a 5% chance.
So
that's
Japan
happening, right? He's at least
will
seen
now
one
allow
foot.
the United States to supply up to 100% of automobile
I really wonder.
automotive ethanol and import large amounts of aviation biofuels from the United States. That's great for you. That was part of the deal that we made. The United Kingdom will import nearly $1 billion of ethanol. That's part of their deal.
$1 billion.
Australia is allowing American beef into its market for the first time in more than 20 years. Did you know that?
You know what American beef is?
And beef is
Horses.
doing great, and we got to get the prices down a little bit, and they're starting to come down pretty much. China has agreed to purchase over $40 billion of U.S.-grown soybeans. You know that.
China's buying all of our beans. I thought they could make beans.
And I went to President Xi, and he's upping it. I mean, it's $40 billion. The European Union will dramatically increase purchases of American soybean oil. They never did that before. They're doing things that they never did before. Because you have a certain president that's a little bit different from the presidents that you had before. A nation from Cambodia to Thailand, Philippines and Indonesia are eliminating all trade barriers, agricultural products, your agricultural products, and trade barriers that didn't allow them to be sold in countries that are now saying, that's where it's going to be. You're going to see it starting to kick in now for the farmers. And to further help our farmers recover from the really a catastrophe of the Biden years. What a period of years that we had.
What a period of
We
years.
had a country that was just dead. We had a country that was just not respected by anybody.
Everything was gay and
We had a
retarded.
guy who didn't know where the hell he was. Do you think he worried about his farmer? He just wanted to go to sleep.
Yeah. Remember that?
This is what we had. This is what we had in our fake election. We recently issued $12 billion in farm relief. We gave them farm relief because you were screwed.
It was something stupid, so I didn't read it.
To our great
How it is.
Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins. She's doing a great job. I said, Brooke, what's the number? And she said $12 billion, and I wrote a check for $12 billion because we have so much money from the tariffs coming in. So you couldn't have done that before. We're a rich country now. We hope we win that Supreme Court case. You know, we have people that are China-oriented, people from literally very China-oriented and foreign country-oriented trying to stop that. But we'll get it done one way or the other.
I don't even know about that.
If we have to do it a different way.
Biden made us look stupid.
But we're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. We're doing amazing. Nobody can even believe it. Foreign countries cannot believe what's happened. They're studying us.
Nobody can believe it.
Work.
Nobody
But
knows.
I'm also working hard to expand
Last
your
shower,
markets domestically and in the campaign. I
I'm on a shower
promised